Hey everybody, Kyle here. So, I am going to try recording some more Pokemon content, this time using the program that I actually edit my videos with. I realized it had a screen recorder. Maybe I can just use this until I have a license of Bandicamp. Because I feel like having the Bandicamp logo at the top looks a little tacky / might be annoying for people. So we're going to try to avoid that. So this is the thing I've been using. I'll go over it in detail later. Right now, let me type in /rank here and see what we're at. So right now this team is 14-1. It's doing really good. It's a 72.6% win rate. The one loss, it wasn't even the final form. I was still using a Mega Sceptile and trying to mess around with that. So let's see how it is now. His lead could be either Heatran or Landorus. I'm assuming maybe it'll be Heatran and he'll be predicting the Ferrothorn. I was just thinking of a fire attack for a second. So, like, I want to go, like, Lopunny or... I guess Rotom's the best, because whether he leads Landorus or Heatran, it's going to be pretty good for us. So, let me turn this down a little bit. I hope that is not being recorded on your end. He actually went with Latios. That I was not expecting. What is our plan here? We could Willow it just to get that residual damage off. I don't really want to go into Dragalge because of the Draco Meteor. This is more of our Dragalge is like a very specific Pokemon for what we need. Oh, what am I? We'll just go into Sylveon. Also, all of the Pokemon I'm using are named after different YouTubers. Oh, he predicted that. That's okay though. If we Calm Mind, he shouldn't be able to touch us very well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, we should be okay at this point. He is going to resist, but if he tries to use Flash Cannon, we're going to take it extremely well, so he's going to be forced to switch out here. There we are. Now, Staraptor, we are mixed. I believe I have this one as mixed, right? Yeah, defense and special defense is pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and just go for Hyper Voice here. And see how well we take this hit. Hopefully we take it pretty good. You also notice that there's music on the background, if I remember to put it in. There's an amazing... Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Well. 1%. Well, now we know that we don't take a hit from that very well. That's good to know. I mean, obviously he's going to go for knockoff or something on us, right? And he's going to be faster. So there's no point in us, like, say, wishing, for example. We might as well just click Hyper Voice again. And when we switch in, the rocks would finish her off anyways. So yeah, I'm just going to click Hyper Voice and just let this happen. There we go. It's a bit of a shame, but at least we got to... She doesn't really... Well, I mean, there is the Latios to deal with, but at the same time, we can deal with that with our other Pokemon as well. Well, we want to Will-O-Wisp this. So I'm going to try to get a Willow off here. He could switch into Heatran, which is fine. Except for the Flash Fire, of course, is a bit of a problem. But we have a resistance to it. And we start checking our Toxic... Well, I guess Toxic Spikes isn't going to be super useful against this team. There we go. Perfect. So they will be faster than us, but if we can hit a Draco Meteor... we should be able to survive. Well, that is the thing. This team is still fairly new. It's gone 14-1, but it's climbed up in the ladder because of that. So I have to think more about what I'm doing than I did during the climb. So just for science, I'm gonna click Draco Meteor and see what happens here. Well, we died. That's good. That's good to know. All right. So now we know that we died to that, which is not great for us. However, her special attack is lowered, or his. I know I said hers. So we should be able to just click our Stealth Rock here for free, because they could go for Hidden Power Fire. They did not. So for all we know, they're not even running it. I'm gonna Protect just to see if he's gonna be a predicting kind of player, because we're still not sure if he's a predictor or not. He did go for Lava Plume. So now the question is, does he think that we're going to switch seeing the Lava Plume? There is a chance that he's just running Lava Plume, Stealth Rock, Toxic, and what would his other move be? Lava Plume, Stealth Rock, Toxic. He could have Flash Cannon. I've seen it before. Trying to think of what else would be. I don't really want to stand on the Lava Plume. We outspeed with Rotom, so if we take the Lava Plume, we could Pain Split. But we're not doing too well right now. Sure, we got a crit, or he got a crit, I should say. We didn't get a crit at all. Yeah, I'm gonna Pain Split here. Because even if he switches, it's not really gonna be bad for us in any way, shape, or form. Everything should have more health than us. Yeah, because we've barely touched anything. And Latios is what, 9% down. And by trying to get him to switch, at least we can start getting some Stealth Rock damage. We lost Dragalge for basically no reason, which also really sucks. But I kind of wanted to learn how it would take the Draco Meteor. It should have been obvious because it's not going to. The poison isn't going to resist the Draco Meteor, but it's just, we gotta do some science. See what's happening. He is really thinking about this. All right, he stayed in. Excellent. Lava Plume again, sure. And we also lost our Heal Bell and Wish Pokemon, so that's not too good. Now, he doesn't really have. I feel like the Hydro Pump here is pretty safe. Yeah, I'm just gonna click Hydro Pump. He stayed in. That's good for us. Is he going for burns, maybe? So that did 45% of his health. So another Hydro Pump should finish the job. I'm assuming he'll switch out here to try to keep it alive. Yeah, he did. And goes into the Latios, which is going to resist it. But that's okay. We no longer have anything besides Leech Seed to just do continuous damage. So I'm going to click a Will-O-Wisp on here. And hopefully he'll do something that's not great for us. Or, you know what I mean? That's not great for us. That was not what I meant to say at all. Yeah, this is looking pretty bad. Pretty bad for us. Oh, I didn't even Mega Evolve. There we go. Excellent. And we can click Ice Punch. It hits most of the things on his team pretty decently. So now Landorus is probably going to come in, I would imagine. We only have physical attackers left too, which is a bit of a problem when we consider the fact that Landorus is out on his team. Or is still on his team, I mean. We could try to set up for a pretty good Talonflame sweep. So High Jump Kick is going to hit neutrally. I think I'm going to take the risk on it. Or do we go for the freeze? I think we just go for the High Jump Kick and see what happens. I mean, obviously, well, actually, Ferrothorn might be okay, but if he has Fire Punch, we basically just die. And Aveen is going to take a lot of damage from the rocks, so we don't have any way to clear these rocks off. So let's just High Jump Kick. He switched. Okay. And we're faster. So we'll just click High Jump Kick again. Perfect. I guess he's predicting the Ferrothorn, maybe? I'm not sure what he's predicting. Yeah, because the fighting would have been good against Ferrothorn. So surprised he hasn't pulled Landorus in, since he can get the Intimidate off. Unless he's trying to keep Landorus as healthy as possible. He'll take damage from the rocks, but I'm not sure if we'll do 75% still with our Ice Punch. So here the question does become, do we switch? I think we're going to go ahead and take the risk and go into Ferrothorn. Sure. I'm going to go ahead and Protect now to scout and see what he has for Ferrothorn. If he has Fire Punch, if that's even a thing. I feel like it is. I'm pretty sure they get some kind of fire move or some way to deal with Ferrothorn. But I want to scout and see. Or do we go for the Leech Seed? Actually, I'm just going to click Leech Seed. Yeah, I'm glad I did that now. Perfect. He is faster than us, though, so we're going to have to rely on the Leech Seed to kind of finish off the job. So I'm going to Protect here. Or is he going to switch again? I still think we need to Protect just to be safe, because there's nothing he can switch in that we're really too worried about. Yeah, he stayed in, so. Perfect. Um, so I guess, Talonflame is our least needed Pokemon now, right? So I'll just but if we play her and then she dies, Leech Seed won't do any damage anyways. So we might actually have to sack Ferrothorn. No, we can. This is really hard. We could just go for the double. Is he gonna? Oh, we could click Gyro Ball. He went for Ancient Power. Excellent. I was kind of hoping that he would overpredict us. However, he still doesn't die to the Leech Seed. But this turn we can protect, and he should die to the Leech Seed no matter what. Because even with his leftovers, I think he'll go up to about 10%, and then the Leech Seed will finish him off. Right? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And he forfeit. There we go. So that's how the team works. Let's go ahead and do another one. I would have given him the GG, but he just like rage quit, or not rage quit. That's not really the right term, but I mean like he left without saying GG. So, all right, I like this team. It looks pretty cool. We got the shiny going on here. The shiny Latias. He made a weird face. You guys just can't see it. Why is this? My avatar is never what I want it to be. At least I wasn't a tiny child again. I think this is the default avatar you get whenever you run, like, say, Sea Cleaner. Who do you want it to be? It's usually Sabrina. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, that's right. I wish it changed automatically. What are we going to do? Is he going to lead Garchomp? I think against this team we can actually lead Lopunny pretty safely. Alright, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and just do a fake out here to be safe. Actually, let's just go for the high jump kick. I'm going to go for the high jump kick. Yeah, because the fake out is obvious. But what would he switch into a fake out is the question. Like a Garchomp maybe? Because of rough skin. If he's rough skin Rocky Helmet, he would definitely switch that into a fake out. I'm just gonna high jump kick. He stayed in. Okay. Excellent. Because even if he went into Garchomp, at least high jump kick would do a lot of damage. Just because it's stab and it has so much power. So that way, it just punishes him the most. We are faster, but I'm not entirely convinced an Ice Punch will kill from nothing. So let's just go into Jenna. Slushock did do a decent amount of damage to us. We can go ahead and click Wish, though. So he'll either stay in and take a Hyper Voice, or he'll think we're Specs and switch out. We're actually not Specs, we're Leftovers. Oh, no, he would have saw it when we switched in, though, so he knows we're not Specs because of the Leftover ceiling. But I'm still going to Wish, because if he Psyshocks again... Yeah, there we go. So we're just going to get our health back no matter what. Rock Fighting. Now, Terrakion is not a Pokemon that I have too much experience with what he does. So I'm actually going to put Smogon here. Real quick. Terrakion. How do you spell his name? T-E-R. Terrakion. So what kind of stuff should I be expecting here? Quick Attack, Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Close Combat. Do we just go into Ferrothorn? No, because Close Combat's still bad. We could go into Rotom and try to get a Willow off. Iron Head? Oh, he has Iron Head. Okay, well, that's good to know. So on the Willow, he can really switch in anything he wants. I'm assuming he'll switch in, obviously, a special attacker, so either his Latias or his Tornadus. And he did. It's okay. And this will probably have some kind of move for us. So maybe maybe now we'll go into Ela. Into our Dragalge. Dragalge is mainly our way of getting through really stall Pokemon, like any Pokemon that can do like Wish, Protection, and stuff like that, like some Sylveons and Clefables and things such as those. I'm gonna get up Toxic Spikes here. I'm not too concerned about Hurricane is... Yeah, let's get up our second layer. It's going to do a decent amount, but... So it did what? 56%, so it would go down to it if he hits us with it again. But we got our toxic spikes up. We don't really need Ela for too much else. So I'm just going to Sludge Wave. And he did miss, unfortunately for him. So we were able to stick around and get back into the green. And now anything he plays will get toxic, which is going to be great for us, except for Latias. We do dead a Draco Meteor, but I'm going to go ahead and stay in here. I don't want to switch into anything to take that Draco Meteor. And Dragalge's done his job. We have our Toxic Spikes up. Oh, he defogged. Okay. That's good. So now we've taken out Naughty. Perfect. That was pretty good for us. Tracheon is fine. Again, I'll just Toxic Spike. I don't really expect to be able to stay in here too long, but... Stone Edge, there we go. Alright. So we're going to go back, and so now everything on his team is good to Willow. So we can just click Will-O-Wisp, and we'll almost guaranteed get something good. I'm assuming he has to be Mega Tyranitar, because he never Mega Evolved his Latias. And it was like a defensive wall anyway, so that's not like a huge surprise. Switch out into Ferrothorn. Because now with the burn, he's not a big threat, so we can get up our Stealth Rocks. Just for some amount of damage, since we can't get our Toxic Spikes anymore. Tyranitar, excellent. I'm going to go ahead and Protect here. Scout out what he's going to do. See, Dragon Dance. Well, that's not good for us. Yeah, so we are going to... Let's just get up a Leech Seed. He Dragon Danced again, so that's okay. At least we'll get some residual damage off on him. Now we can Protect. Just get some more damage. So right now we just want to chip this Tyranitar down. He Dragon Danced again. So we are going to have a bit of a problem now dealing with this. Hopefully he Dragon Dances one more time. He did not, but we still survived that because we're Ferrothorn. So he's going to go down to the Leech Seed, and we're pretty much got this in the bag now. Garchomp. I'm going to Protect just for some more recovery. Actually, let's Leech Seed. Maybe I feel like the Protect might be obvious. It was not, or he didn't predict the Protect, but it's okay because we have an answer to this. So we can just go into our Lopunny here and click Ice Punch, and pretty much do decent damage to anything because it's Lopunny. That's already burned anyway, so it's not a huge deal. And we are faster than it, so I'm going to go ahead and just click High Jump Kick. And worst case scenario, Talonflame can clean up for us. And that should be game. Should be game pretty good. There we go. Ice Punch, perfect. Yeah, we got it. So I'm going to give him the GG. And there we go. So this team's doing really good. This team is now, what would it be? This team is 16-1. It's a fantastic team. Lots of fun. I'm going to go ahead and go over to the team page for a second here. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. So we got our Lopunny, star of the team. I mean, they're all stars, but I mean, she's the Mega. Just max speed, max attack, a little bit of special defense, just a hedge against a couple things. And Jolly, to make sure we really take advantage of how fast we are. The only thing we really have to worry about Mega Lopunny is Mega Sceptiles, because their base speed is much higher than ours. And anything with priority, of course, because it has priority. And the only thing we have with priority is Fake Out, which isn't as reliable as things like Sucker Punch or Brave Bird with Talonflame, etc., etc. We have Return, so that anything that we just have the ability to hit something with a neutral move if we really need to. And of course, with Max Happiness, this move is really powerful. Ice Punch helps us with things like Garchomp. You know, dragons are always going to be a thing, so Ice Punch on our sweeper is definitely strong. Fake Out helps us get chip damage, so that if there's something that's bulky that we don't think we can just OHKO, um, we get guaranteed chip damage. We get a free turn, and sometimes because fake out is such an obvious move on low punny, we can do things like when we high jump kick that Empoleon, where it's like, oh, he's probably just gonna fake out turn one, so I'm just gonna do a move, and then they get high jump kicked instead, and then of course high jump kick, because it's stab, 130 base power. It sucks when you miss. You can just straight up lose games because you miss. But it's 90% accuracy, so you're only gonna miss 10% of the time, which isn't great, but it's okay. Scrappy is the ability you get when you Mega Evolve, anyways, and Limber is good to have on your regular low punny, so that you don't get paralyzed, but you're gonna be Mega like instantly. Ferrothorn, this is the EVs I did. I just followed Smogon for because I trust them. They have just good reasoning. If you go to their page, I'm sure anyone watching this already knows. You just go to like the Smogon Dex and you can search for any Pokemon you want to try to use, and they'll give you usage tips on how to EV train and stuff like that. So this is my spread for Ferrothorn. There is a huge paragraph explaining why this is good on their page, so I won't sit here and bore you with it. It's important when you're using Ferrothorn to not only obviously not invest anything in speed, because you're not going to outspeed anything with 20 base, but you want to give your Ferrothorn a nature that lowers their speed even more, because Gyro Ball is so powerful. Because Ferrothorn's attack is decent, and with no investment, just with how slow he is, since the slower you are than your opponent, the more Gyro Ball will do. Gyro Ball can really be a powerful attack. Combine that with your ability to Leech Seed Stall with Protect. This is just a great hazard setter, and even though it looks like his kit doesn't have a lot of like offense, he is a wall, but he will get a lot of kills in a match where you use him properly, for sure. Even if there's one that's on low HP that's a physical attacker, you can switch into Ferrothorn just to kill them with thorns, even something like that. For example, like one time at Rotom was very low on HP, and I knew that the opponent was a physical attacker, so rather than just let Rotom die, since it does a pain split and it's fairly fast, I switched into Ferrothorn since he can take the hit just fine. It was something that hits him neutrally. I can't remember exactly what attack it was, but switched into Ferrothorn. He got hit. He didn't take a huge amount of damage. He got leftovers recovery, and the opponent died to thorns. And then later in the game, I was able to pain split something with my Rotom in order to get more health. So they're a good team. Rotom, again, this is a Pokemon that I basically got off Smogon. I used it a lot when I was playing doubles back on XY. They recommend that you go 8 speed and 248 defense, but I hedged my Rotom up to 10 speed just to make sure that I speed tie with other people who are hedging 10 speed. Because I speed tie with a lot of Rotoms. So I feel like expecting the 10 speed is okay. Then you got your standard kit here. You go for the Hydro Pump because it's a decently powerful move, 110. It has 80% accuracy, which is kind of lame, but it doesn't let you down that often. It's stab. It's wonderful Will-O-Wisp, of course, to shut down the physical attackers. And since we're physically defensive, we're usually throwing Rotom in front of physical attackers anyways. Volt Switch for that battle initiative, and the Pain Split because you can do some tricky stuff with it. And it's great. It's just a great move. This is a good Pokemon. Like if you're somebody who's like new to Showdown or new to Pokemon, like maybe you're someone that heard about Sun and Moon and you got kind of hyped and your friend showed you Showdown, Rotom is a really good Pokemon to put on like your first team. This Rotom Wash, and so is Ferrothorn. Because they're pretty. So this team in general, I think actually if you were newer wouldn't be too bad because even though in order for the team to work really well, you want to know your switches and stuff like that so that you're not losing Pokemon to obvious attacks. But at the same time, each individual Pokemon, you can kind of figure out how to play just by looking at them. So it's like a decently high skill capped team that you can pick up and play right off the bat. Dragalge is probably the hardest one to use just because it doesn't really switch into too many things amazingly. It's mainly just a fairy counter / way to fight other walls. You don't really Dragalge's HP and special attack. So it's not a wall, it's not a sweeper. It's it's somebody that you want to put in front of weaker Pokemon and either set up spikes on them while they can't do anything to you and stuff like that. Black Sludge is great. The reason why this is in here over leftovers is because there's basically no reason not to. And the benefit is if somebody has Trick and you predict it, you can trick them their Black Sledge. Granted, you would want you don't always want like a choice specs or something, but giving Black Sludge to another Pokemon is pretty good. Like, we're just saying, if you're gonna get tricked, best case scenario, you get them Black Sledge. Adaptability, awesome. Your stabs do way more damage, which is one of the reasons why Dragalge is able to break through Stally Pokemon, especially fairies. Draco Meteor for the high damage stab. Sludge Wave, again, just a high damage stab. I apologize. Toxic Spikes. Hazards, good. Getting poison on the enemy team, always great. It takes 2 layers to get badly poisoned, though. Focus Blast. Again, if we're throwing this in front of walls, we want to be able to hit things that are rock and steel type. So we have Focus Blast there. This isn't one of my favorite moves because of the whole 70% accuracy thing, but it's just nice to have available. We got a Veen here. I went just full on murder everybody with this. So Life Orb, Swords Dance, Max Attack, Max Speed. All the moves have recoil. Like, this is just a kamikaze, basically. Brave Bird, Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz is great for things that want to get in your way, like Ferrothorn. Brave Bird is great because you're going to have priority with Gale Wings, and it does so much damage. U-Turn, Utility, and then Swords Dance. If there's something that you're not too worried about standing in front of you, you Swords Dance and then kill whatever else there is. And then we got Sylveon here, which is I like the team medic, but she's also swept a couple times. I actually have a replay that I saved that I'll probably do a video on tomorrow or later tonight, where Sylveon, I believe she killed or fainted 4 or 5 Pokemon. It was up there. She basically won the game because we were able to do Wish Calm Minds and outlast the only physical attacker on their team, but it was a Skarmory, so he obviously didn't have a lot of attack investment and couldn't take us out. So we were able to Calm Mind and then Wish and then Calm Mind until we were so Calm Mind up the Hyper Voice just wiped anything he played. And then Heal Bell's always good, so if they like burn Ferrothorn or they burn Lopunny or there's Toxic on your Rotom or your Sylveon gets paralyzed or whatever, you can just Heal Bell, everyone's all better. You can Wish into another Pokemon. It's really good. I love Sylveon. It's my first time using her, I think. I can't remember if I had a Sylveon in... Oh, man. I apologize. It's very unprofessional. I can't remember if I had a Sylveon on my X or Y. But this is at least my first time playing with one that I can remember. So this is the team. Super solid. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry. I got a text message and then my brain got all confused. But yeah, excellent. I'm sorry. That's the team. They're really good. Again, like I said, they're 16-1 right now. And the one loss wasn't even this exact team. So, excellent. Yeah, I will see you guys soon.